Hi, I'm Jiggy Alejandrino, a portrait and wedding photographer, and we are from the Philippines. And welcome to,
All right, photo review.
and of course, I'm with the ever, he will introduce himself because no words can explain the character of this person.
Oh, me. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you.
The reason why you cannot introduce me is because I am the weirdest person of all here. I am Raymond Isaac. I am a photographer in the Philippines who shoots almost anything, but most probably I do shoot a lot of beauty, advertising, and fashion. And most of the people I deal with are either celebrities or actresses or actors, for that matter. There,
Wow.
Nigel, it's your turn.
Wow.
Bigatin.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, and I
hi.
forgot. Okay, Nigel.
I'm Nigel. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm
And I thought,
I'm just an advertising photographer and currently directing and working from home. So I'm gonna put
no,
you
no,
on the
no,
hot
no, no,
seat
no, no,
now.
no. You have to
Ready,
go first
Raymond?
because
You
you do
have
this.
a minute and 30. Next photograph.
Oh no, why do I have
Time
to do this
starts
to it?
now.
Okay. You know what? I love the concept of the photograph, but the thing that bothers me right now is that I see the background first more than the subject. So I will go with the fact that I am distracted with the background. You could have lowered the saturation or the intensity of the exposure at the back so that I can see the model first. Now, the idea of the reflection on the water or whatever that is could have been better if the image was lit a little bit brighter, or if you're in Photoshop or in your Lightroom, you could have pushed it just a little bit. Anyway, naman, everybody's doing Photoshop, everybody's doing editing, post editing after. I find it unforgiving if the concept is good and then you blotch something in editing. I don't believe in editing too much, which means if I were Jiggy, I would lit the subject even more, pass on the blame to somebody else, so that it will get more attention rather than the background getting more attention. And that, with ladies and gentlemen, is 20 seconds left, and I'm still wait.
Good
Since I have
job.
more, I just don't like the idea that she's holding her crutch. It looks like, oh my God, I'll look like I'm going to get freebie. There are
Look
certain
at
things you have
look
to
at
take
all
care of.
your comments and read all my notes on the image. Number one, she looks like she wants to pee.
Yeah, it's true. I like
Sorry.
you're taking my time, eh. This
You
is
know
so
you're
unfair.
done. You were
Can,
done.
no,
Sorry.
you complain. Can I complain to the management? Seryoso ba to? Can I complain to the management? Is there a management here? Direct. Direct. Pagsabihan natin yung artista natin, ha? May timer to. Go! Who's
Okay,
next?
it's gonna be my turn. To be fair, all right. For me, honestly, I'm gonna ask about the concept. I mean, it's a photograph, yes, but what's the concept? Is this a pre-debut thing, or why is she wearing gown on a lake or a river, and she's about to, I don't know, and she looks up. So that's what I mean. I don't know what's the purpose of photographer. What's the purpose of the photographer when he took this photograph? But for our audience, you should be clear about your message. Yes, you have all the technical know-how, but photography is communication. It's not just show your picture and then that's it. You communicate to your audience. So that's it. It's just know your purpose and then you have to communicate properly. That's it.
Wow, you guys finished it in 1 minute.
I
Okay.
know. We cheated. We reviewed this without you knowing, so
Yes,
that we.
kanina.
I know. Here I am trying to figure out how the image looks like because well anyway. So,
Okay, Jiggy,
all right,
ready?
ready.
Timer
Go.
starts now.
Okay, Mr. Laxamana, I think you were wrong when you said about technical know-how of the photographer because with this image, I think that is what's lacking. I think the technical knowledge is the one that's lacking in this image. Why? Well, no, before that, I agree. I agree. Well, I wrote it down when Raymond was saying it. She looks like she wants to pee. Number one. Number two, correct. That the brightest point of the image should never be the it should always be the subject. It should never be the background. So you control your highlights. That is why I wanted to say, Nige, that this image shows the lack of the technical knowledge when it comes to that. Because Raymond tapped on it earlier, that if he popped the light and underexposed and controlled his highlights, then the subject would have been the brightest part of the image. And by doing that, he would have been able to bring out the reflection there underneath in the water. Because right now, the reflection does not serve anything because it's not seen. The only way you're going to have reflection seen is when the image is brighter than that of the subject that it's reflecting from. But right now, since the light is the same from, it's just lit, I don't know, maybe it was lit with a flash. It probably could have been lit by a flash, but he should have controlled his ambient light a bit more. And that's a minute and a half. Kulang.
Talagang ano? Oh,
What
wait,
I'm just
I'm
telling
actually-
kanina, Jigs, is
Yes.
it's not the technical know-how of this particular photograph.
Oh, okay, okay.
I mean,
okay.
in general, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you're the brightest person to know all the technicals, but if you
No,
don't
no,
know how
that's
to
you.
communicate, then that's another
No,
thing.
that's you. You're the technical guy. No, but what I'm saying with this
That's
one,
cool.
in terms of
I will always say Nigel is my guru. I agree with Jiggy. You see, the reflection on the water with the background is perfect, but that's not my subject. My subject has no reflection on the water, so it just destroys my whole concept right there and then. Sayang. Sayang.
it could have been, ano, well,
It's been a beautiful. Ano.
now here's my question. Like, guys, here's my question. You're gonna say it's sayang, or is it that's why what Nigel said was actually good. It's the realization of your whole vision and concept, or what is the point, right, Nigel? That's what you were referring
Are
to,
you trying
correct?
to
What is
communicate?
the point of
Yes.
the
What are you
photograph?
trying to say?
What are you trying to say? Because now it's been a fad, especially I think this came from the industry in which I'm in. There's a tendency for them to just overdress for a particular scene just for the heck of dressing, without thinking of the overall image. Because when you really look at let's say a shoot, like when Raymond would do a shoot or when Nigel would do a shoot, the stylist, the photographer, everyone will get together to be able to talk and relay the message of what they want to do. So the clothes will have to match the couple. The couple and clothes will have to match the location. The photographer's light should match the location, clothes, and couple.
Correct.
Right? So those are four things that you have to consider, and not just put a gown, go to water, shoot. It's not that simple. Though it's sometimes you could get some good images. Yes, it's nice to start and play around with those. But when you start trying to refine your craft and learning how to work with people who understand that concept, that's when you elevate, I believe, your photos to another level, the level of, let's say, Raymond's photos or something.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Or no, but you guys, if you see Nigel's photos also, you'll be so surprised. It's fantastic.
I love
But he
Nigel's
just can't show it because he's under contract and he can't show his photos.
No, really, you can't show. I love Nigel's photos.
Exactly. But then he can't post it because you're under contract, no, Nigel, more or less.
Yeah,
But-
there's a confidentiality on
But there's
95%
some
of them.
they have actually seen it. They just don't know you shot it. I'm pretty sure a few of the pictures, I know where they are, and I know people have seen it. Fantastic work. You know, when it comes to blending of colors, clothes, colors, that's where a good stylist comes in and understands the product that they are trying to sell. When you're shooting a person, you're still shooting a product, quote unquote. Correct? You're still shooting something. Like Raymond, when you shoot celebrities, how do you shoot them? Are you shooting the celebrity or the product, or how do you marry both?
I shoot with my camera. No, but that's no, seriously, but that's a very complicated question because you tend to you kind of tend to marry or compromise because you need to make the celebrity happy, so they will come back to you because you want more jobs. But again, the client is paying for it, so you need to balance which ones you need to do. it's a very it takes years. So I will not blame the younger people if they don't understand, but it takes years of making mistakes, and I will admit that I made mistakes so many times before. It's only towards the latter part when I was, when because now I'm 40, so it's only now that I
What?
realize
What?
40,
What? What?
40,
What?
40,
What?
40 plus of
Okay.
16.
Okay.
I swear, Drac. Can we
Okay,
go on, Drac?
No,
just maybe
but yeah, that's why it's nice because it is very very important, I believe, for people to, I'm learning from that because I can't say that my images are properly styled or properly put together because sometimes the client wants it.
True.
Even if I believe that it doesn't match, if they want it, then I have no choice but to shoot it
Yeah, that's
because they are the ones paying you, so they're still correct. But then afterwards, you insert a bit of your own. Maybe we could do this. Maybe we could do that after we've gotten what the client wants.